Well, that's our flight to Bogota, gate 14.
I would feel a lot more comfortable if we hadn't had to check our weapons.
Oh, I know what you mean. Who knows what'll be waiting for us when we get off that plane in Colombia.
Damn flight's been delayed.
Okay. Well, we have to go through security anyway, so let's do that.
Sarah, don't worry about it, okay? We're gonna get out of here tonight.
We have to.
We're going to. Okay. You talked to Christian. You talked to him. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Well, I don't know that for sure, Talia. I mean, there was so much static on the line when I talked to him, and then it just cut off. We have no idea what kind of danger Christian might be in.
We were supposed to land 20 minutes ago.
The pilot said we'll be on the ground soon.
Yeah, I know. I just can't wait to see my family.
Must be nice to know exactly what's waiting for you when you get to Landview.
The two of you are going to be okay.
Lola and I are starting a new life. I'm glad she was able to sleep. She's been having nightmares almost every night.
Well, she was there when her father murdered her mother. That'd be enough to cause nightmares for any kid. You know, you said you were going to tell me the whole story once you knew we were safe. We're landing in Landview soon. We made it.
I hope so.
How'd you end up married to a murderer?
Ray Montez can be very charming. Yeah, I was in love with him. Until I found out exactly how evil he can be.
I'm at the airport. Dorian insisted on driving Langston and her friends.
All right, good. I knew Dorian would be there.
You told me she would meet your terms, and I wouldn't have to take this girl back to Colombia with me.
You won't if you keep the pressure up on Dorian. There's no way she's going to let Langston get on that plane with you.
There is very little time left.
Montez, trust me. I know Dorian Lord.
Oh, you know Dorian Lord. And yet you don't really know me.
Hey. So does this mean you were able to pull yourself away from that very important case?
Well, as nice as it is to see you, I'm actually here to see the good Dr. Lord.
Well, she's not here. So is there anything I can help you with?
Maybe. Can you tell me why Dorian met with Jackie McNaughton?
I can't believe this is happening. Maybe Langston's uncle changed his mind. Why would he bring her all the way to the airport to change his mind?
I don't know, but I think he's ready to go.
Wait here.
I have our boarding passes. We should go through security into the gate.
No. Not yet.
Why not? What reason is there to wait?
So, you want to tell me what all this is about?
Well, as you know, Clint Buchanan was behind bringing Langston's uncle here to take her away from Dorian. And the kids were a little worried about how Dorian might react.
Why didn't you mention any of this yesterday?
I didn't want to get you involved. I didn't have to, but I promised someone I would check it out.
I think everybody was pretty shocked when the judge gave, custody of Langston over to her uncle Ray Montez. I mean, Dorian completely flipped out.
Is that why the judge threw her in jail?
Yeah.
And when she got out of jail?
Well, I think she realized that there was nothing that she could do, even if Clint was behind it.
You believe that?
I don't know what she was thinking.
You're cute when you're covering for someone.
John, look, when she was released from jail, she came home and she said she had a plan.
Involving Jackie McNunn.
Yeah. My client isn't happy that the contract hasn't been executed.
It will be.
She doesn't want anybody close to her caught in the crossfire.
No problem.
Just get it done.
I always do. The only flight Ray Montes has taken is with the Angels.
Once you take Langston through security, her friends and I won't be able to keep her company. So given the circumstances, don't you think the least you could do is allow us these last few minutes together?
Please, Uncle Ray.
A few more minutes. But the line can be long at security. I want us to get through and be waiting when it's time to fly. I want to go home.
Thank you.
So what? What'd he say?
You said I could stay here with you guys for a little bit longer. Oh, gosh, I hate this. Good friends like you guys again. You guys helped me when I needed it the most.
As opposed to now, what happened to Kramer women always sticking together?
We do.
Like right now? Do you call this sticking together? I can't believe you're not doing anything to stop this.
Star, I promise you, I'm already doing everything I possibly can.
I don't have much respect for Dorian, but I give her credit for one thing. Like me, she puts family first.
And I don't.
I'm doing this as much for Matthew as for anyone.
I thought this was supposed to be a foolproof plan. And yet Dorian hasn't budged an inch. They're at the airport right now, aren't they?
Yes. Dorian just needs a little nudge, and I'm going to do that myself right now. No objections?
Not if it ends this thing.
You always manage to surprise me.
Oh, God. I know we may disagree about a lot of things. But we sure do work things out. At least we try.
Well, Nora, you know what? I like working things out with you. This whole mess with Dorian, it'll be over soon, I promise.
From your lips. Well, looks like you and Clint have worked things out. I know that you have been going through a tough time lately. How do you know that? Clint told me all about it. Over cocktails.
Listen, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
You were forced to take Ray's identity in prison. You have a right to know about him.
Sounds like you didn't know a whole lot about him at first.
I was very young when I met him. I had no family, and here was this wonderful guy with a shy, sweet daughter.
Lola is one of the reasons I fell in love with him.
We were married not long after we met.
Even though Lola knew Ray had killed her mom?
Lola rarely said a word about her mother, but she had nightmares. Ray slept through them. I was the one who would go to her and hold her, and she'd always cry out, "No, Bobby, please, no." When she woke up, she always said she couldn't remember the dream. It took months for her to trust me enough to tell me the truth about what she heard that night.
The night of...
Her parents were arguing. They had argued before, but this was much worse. She hid because she was so frightened. Then she heard her mother scream. And then there was silence.
Did she say what they were fighting about?
Ray thought that Lola's mother was cheating on him. And Ray Montes lets no one take what he thinks is his.
Langston, we should be getting to the gate now.
Oh, but the flight's been delayed, so we have a few more minutes.
What are you talking about?
See for yourself.
You have to email me every day.
I will, okay? Of course I will.
That is your flight, is it not?
This is our last contact. Once I finish the job, I disappear.
Just get it done.
I always do.
Running out of time, can't you do something?
ABC's One Life to Live, brought to you by Fisher Price. Play, laugh, grow.
Our flight from Bogota is expected to land in a few minutes.
So where do we start looking for Christian once we get to Bogota?
Well, the trace on Christian's call narrowed the general perimeter to the plateau area.
And once we get there, the phone company should be able to pinpoint the area even better.
Did you get in contact with the American Embassy in Bogota?
I did, and they said they would get us all the help we need.
Okay. So we have that. We have that, and we know that Christian's alive.
We know he was alive when he called. But why hasn't he called again? God, I hope it's not because somebody's not letting him.
Why didn't Lola ever tell anyone what happened?
Because she didn't see it. She only heard it. And Ray convinced everyone that a burglar had broken into the house and committed the murder. I'm sure in her heart Lola desperately wanted to believe that that was true.
How'd you feel after she told you?
Horrified that I'd married such a man.
So you convinced Lola to come forward?
When I felt that she was ready, I took her to the authorities. And when Ray was convicted, he said that if he ever got out of prison...
You know, there's something I don't understand.
Yes.
Well, when we met, you said you were there to visit Ray. If you were so afraid of him, then why did you go see him?
Please prepare for landing. We will arrive and land you shortly.
Are we there?
Almost. Our new adventure is beginning.
Clint has been discussing his and my relationship with you?
Nora, I'm nothing more than a sympathetic ear. Clint and I are still friends.
Oh,
after all.
I know.
And when it comes to dealing with problems, you know, Clint, he and I see eye to eye.
What does that mean?
It means that we both know sometimes you have got no choice but to fight fire with fire. We think alike.
And Clint and I don't.
Did I say that?
It was implied.
Nora, you are the district attorney. You are bound to see certain issues in black and white, while Clint and I, we can see areas of gray.
God, Dallas, I wish you'd take your areas of gray. Please don't help Clint and I out with our relationship. You know what? We're really just fine.
Oh, I see. So you're just fine with what he just ran out of here to go do.
The first time we met?
Of course I do. I never met anyone like you before.
I'm Langston.
I'm Star. Why are you in school?
Same reason you're not? Because we both have better things to do, right? Didn't take us long to realize that we got each other.
I had never had a best friend until I met you.
We've been through so much together.
Aww. Oh my gosh, I am definitely not reading anymore.
Oh, come on. I'm sorry. It's just so touching. Okay, I'll stop. Please continue. Okay, last and least, I want to make good friends with funny, smart people. What do you think about him? You feel great.
That's a tiger! Now, if you don't stop, I'm gonna stop being your friend.
Yeah, see, that's where you and I are different. I prefer my friends to be unfunny and stupid.
Thank you, Langston.
Oh, don't take offense. Made an exception with you, BFF. Foster cousins. Sisters. You'll always be my best friend. You'll always be my...
Clint.
You don't want to talk about Dorian meeting with McNaughton?
Well, there's nothing to talk about. Whatever plan Dorian had, I mean, she didn't go through with it.
How do you know?
At the airport, she took Langston and handed him over to her Uncle Ray Montez.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm so upset about Langston leaving us. I thought I'd go practice my thrusts and parries. Work out my frustration.
Actually, Addie, if you had a minute, I wouldn't mind
Detective,
talking
the
to you.
only reason I drove that past was because it was on my list and there wasn't any traffic.
Okay. I heard you visited Dorian in jail,
Yes.
and a man named Jackie McNaughton showed up?
Dorian asked me to call him for her.
Well, and you did, Mama?
I thought she wanted him to help her get out of jail, but it must have been something else because he came here to see her.
McNaughton came here.
Yes. It was yesterday morning, I think. Wasn't it, Blair? Because Dorian had just gotten out of jail, and while she was having a meeting with Mr. McNaughton, we were talking about you and...
Yeah, Mother, you're right. It was yesterday morning. That's correct. And before you say anything, John, McNaughton showed up here right after Dorian said she had a plan.
I don't get it. What are you doing here? You come here to gloat?
You're the one who brought him here. You can fix this.
Your Aunt Dorian can fix it. She's had the power all along to stop this from happening. But for some reason, she's choosing to give up Langston.
Maybe when Christian called, it wasn't just a bad connection.
Sarah, don't do this.
I can't help it, Talia. Well, he was trying to tell me something. What if somebody caught him when he was on the phone? What if Carlo Hesser is...
Sarah, stop it. Okay, we could drive ourselves crazy with what ifs. All right, we'll get all the answers we need once we get to Bogota.
Christian. Christian!
You shouldn't concern yourself with Clint's and my relationship. It's going to give you more worry lines.
Dallas, honey, there you are.
Oh, Renee, were you looking for me?
Yes, I was. Good news. My manager called. The convention moved out of the hotel. I'm so sorry about the inconvenience, but I have a great room for you at a reduced rate.
That is so nice of you, Renee.
And it's available right now.
Right now? Oh, my God, that's fantastic. Right now. Do you need help packing?
No, but thank you.
The timing is impeccable.
I get the feeling that you don't really like Dallas.
Oh, really? What gave you my clenched jaw or the fact that I tried to poison her coffee?
She's not that bad.
She's Clint's ex. She's living under my roof, and she wants her ex back.
Oh, you noticed that too, huh?
See, now thank you. Thank you very much. I thought I was being paranoid.
But darling, I didn't even think anything about it. I mean, she would never come between you and Clint. Would she?
Clint and I have been having some fundamental disagreements about ethics.
Oh, that brings back memories.
You and Asa?
Mm-hmm. We had a lifetime of disagreements about ethics.
Do you think Clint and I can get through this?
That depends on how much you want to.
So, wait a minute. The court gave Langston's uncle custody. How could Dr. Lord stop him?
I explained to Dorian that I could get Mr. Montez to give up custody of Langston if she returned Buchanan Enterprises to my family. All she had to do was sign a couple of papers. But she turned me down several times. I don't know what this is. I think it's her greed and desire to get revenge against me. It outweighs her love for Langston.
And Dorian, is what Mr. Buchanan just said true?
Why didn't you tell me Dorian met with McNaughton?
Because she didn't do anything wrong. I told you, she took Langston to the airport to hand Langston over to her uncle, Ray Montez.
Just tell me about the meeting.
I don't know anything about the meeting. Dorian came here, she said she had a plan. McNaughton showed up. They walked in there, they closed the doors, and I have no idea what they even said.
I do.
You do?
Yes, I forgot. I asked her who the man was, and she told me he was the exterminator.
Mr. Buchanan is using Langston as a pawn. And he doesn't care in the least that he may be ruining her life in order to blackmail me. And still, I was really surprised that I didn't want to give him what he's asking for.
And why don't you?
Because any man who is capable of such despicable actions is never, ever going to live up to an agreement that he signs. I mean, he's willingly done business with Mr. Montez, a criminal who probably committed a murder.
I don't care about Langston at all. Everything you said was a lie.
Son, stay out.
I'm not your son! If there's any way you can stop him from taking Langston away, you have to do it. Isn't she more important to you than some stupid company?
Yes, of course she is.
Then give Mr. Buchanan what he wants.
And Dorian, you have to. You cannot let Langston go away with that creep.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment here on ABC.
Dorian said the guy that came here was the exterminator?
Yes. She must have some kind of pest problem. Now, Detective, if you don't have any more questions, I'm off to parry and riposte. That means defend myself from attack and fighting back.
By all means.
Well, John, you think Dorian is defending herself against Clint and fighting back?
Only McNaughton was here to stop the cockroaches in the kitchen.
McNaughton's not a killer, is he?
Hey, Fish, it's McBain. Hey, do me a favor. Can you ask around, see if you can come up with anybody suspected or questioned in a paid hit. Also, check the profile, see if that matches anyone that's been released from Statesville lately, all right? I'm on the cell. Call me.
Dorian would not hire a hitman, John.
Hey.
Well, where are you going?
Airport.
Well, then I'll go with you.
Why?
Because I can maybe get Dorian to talk for you. Come on.
Marco, believe me, if I thought all I needed to do was sign some papers Clint wants me to sign and it would automatically guarantee that Langston could stay in the country.
You don't need to explain, Dorian. I understand.
You do?
Yes. Because Mr. Buchanan was blackmailing you, and that means he can't be trusted. I had nothing to do with what happened with his company, but that doesn't seem to really matter to Mr. Buchanan. He's still willing to hand me over to a criminal and let him take me out of this country. My wonderful, caring uncle has custody of me now. And if you give in to Mr. Buchanan, what's going to stop my uncle from blackmailing you? Mr. Buchanan clearly has no conscience and doesn't care at all that he's ruining my life. And once blackmail starts, it never stops. Don't stoop to their level. I've always been so proud that someone like you would adopt me. And I still am.
You're here. I'm touching you.
All I could think about was getting back to you.
I was so afraid, even when you called.
What happened? You end up in Colombia.
Well, it's...
You must be Sarah.
Yeah. Sarah, who are you?
I'm Vanessa, and this is my stepdaughter, Lola.
Carlo Hesser drugged me up and dumped me in a Colombian prison. Vanessa here helped me get out.
And in return, he saved our lives.
I think you have your answer, Mr. Buchanan.
I guess that's it.
Wait a minute. What do you mean, that's it? I am not gonna get stuck dragging that girl back to Colombia. You hear me? You told me this plan was impossible.
Obviously, the plan is changing, all right? And I'm gonna show Dorian that I am dead serious.
I will not get on the plane with that girl.
Then you'll be right back in prison. Because the people I squeezed to get you out would be more than willing to put you right back in, and that is not what you want, is it, Mr. Montez? I didn't think so. Don't threaten me, and don't panic. This is gonna work. I will call you.
You have to stop Mr. Buchanan and just give him what he wants.
Oh, she can't do that. Come on, Langston. If she gives him back his company, you can stay here with us.
Stop! Langston, do you really understand?
Yes, I understand. Nothing's changed between us. I know that you're gonna fight and find a way to get me back. We'll be together again.
We're going to be together sooner than you know. Now then, why don't you let me go buy you a couple of magazines? I know what you like.
I still can't believe she won't just give...
Marco, stop. Just hold me, please.
Are you sure this is what you want?
Yes, of course. Mel, I picked these out for my...
I don't even know what to say.
I think we pretty much, set everything back at the house.
I guess we did.
Hey.
Marco, I remember everything. You're a freak.
So are you.
You never met somebody different like me.
So what's your name?
Marco.
I'm Langston.
My style is so unique, but you're the
Whoa! That's not the line.
I've got a few ideas.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
I know you never met somebody different.
Hey,
what?
You don't mock me like that.
You big phony.
Style is so unique, but we're the freaks.
I love you.
All Christian wanted was to get back to you. It was all he talked about.
Really?
Yes, even in his sleep. His sleep?
Oh, yeah, I left a message for Mommy, okay? It's a good thing you're home safely.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks to Vanessa. But I tell you what, I never want to see an airport ever again in my life. So let's get out. Come on, let's go.
Sounds good to me.
I'll drop you guys off at a hotel in Angel Square. You'll like it there.
Have we met before? That's right. At the hospital.
Could be. I get around. So have you made your mind up on guns and vengeance?
I beg your pardon?
Is this what you want to spend your money on?
I'm quite certain that I picked out 2 fashion magazines for my daughter.
You don't think Langston would appreciate guns and vengeance?
No, absolutely not.
Then maybe you need to choose something else. Unless you want Langston to remember you like this.
Oh no, I'm not that kind of person. I wouldn't...
What kind of memory do you want that girl to have of you? Just think about it. It's not too late to change your mind.
I loved Asa, you know that.
And he adored you.
I just see a lot of Asa and Clint lately. But I do know that Clint, inside, there's this good, kind, caring man.
Just like his pappy.
Dallas, where are you going?
Well, Renee said there's a room for me again at the palace, and you know, Clint, I don't know how to ever thank you enough for taking me in.
What are friends for? Huh?
Well, now you don't be a stranger, you hear me? And would you please thank Renee and Nora for putting up with me?
Yeah.
So, what happened?
Oh, gosh, I should go and tell the cook that we're one less for dinner.
Let me get you a drink.
That's it? No cross-examination?
Trying something new.
Maybe I need to do the same thing.
You're right, Mel. I think I may have made a mistake. Thank you.
The plane is boarding. We need to get to security now.
Where's Dorian?
Call it off.
Who is this?
You know exactly who this is. Call it off. I don't want the job done anymore.
The last time you called, you were very upset that the work hadn't been completed.
That was then. This is now. I'll come up with another solution.
If you remember, I told you that once you contracted this job, there was no going back.
I was upset and irrational, and I am not the sort of person who would want this to happen to anyone.
You're not getting it. It's too late. You paid to have a job done. It's
No.
gonna get done.
You have got to stop it.
I can't. You're gonna get what you paid for.
Oh, never mind. I'll find him myself. What does he look like?
Did I strike you as an idiot? I never met the guy.
You don't even know what he looks like?
I know he'll blend into the crowd at the airport. People in his line of work, they like to look like they belong wherever they are. You know what?
Dorian refused to back down. And then Langston did something that I never anticipated. She actually took Dorian's side. Which tells me that she really must love Dorian. On the other hand, Montez wants nothing to do with Langston, yet she may still have to go off with him. And I don't know what the end game is. I don't know how to play this. Nora, you may not be saying anything, but I can hear your conscience shouting at me loud and clear.
My conscience only speaks to me. Must be yours that you're hearing.
I never wanted that girl to get hurt. Now she's going off to Colombia with a known criminal.
Does she really have to?
No. Damn it, she doesn't.
We can't wait for Dorian. We're leaving now. We gotta go.
No, I have to say goodbye to Dorian.
You had all afternoon to say goodbye. We're leaving now. Yeah?
I've changed my mind.
You what?
I've I've changed my mind. I'm calling it off. Montez, did you hear me? I'm calling it off. Montez!
Ray Montez.
You know this man?
Ray Montez is her husband.
Mama.
What's going on?
Honestly, let's
Get your hands off her.
She's my daughter.
Where's Dorian?
Change.
It's always my pleasure to help you.
But wait.
You all right, Mika? The whole time I was in that cell in Plato, I was thinking about you. Ever since I got out, I've been crazy to go back to Colombia so I could see you again.
They don't want anything to do with you. And they're in the United States now, Montez.
Somebody want to tell me what's going on?
Leave her alone, Ray.
Don't you say a word to me.
Hey, there you are, Dorian. He's got a gun! He's got a gun!
Everybody stay down!
Don't you give up on me.
Careful, the baby. You're the baby's father.
All my children.
It's swapped to